There we go. Once I see when we start. Happy Friday to you. How you doing? I told y'all I was coming back. Y'all probably didn't believe me that I was coming back on this bitch because I got on here early this morning. And I hope that y'all that were here this morning had a nice little wake up because y'all definitely made my morning and set my day off real right. Everybody that was here thank you so much for this morning. Like, I think I want to start going live in the morning because y'all definitely, good morning, hey, good evening, hi, babe. Y'all made my whole entire day. I will always start the day with the Motorscooters from now on. If I'm going to the gym, I'm coming on live because y'all made it so dope today. Thank you so much. Let's get into this. So, like I always say when I always start this, my name is Zoe the Motorscooter, a gender-neutral term that we are full of gas and always ready to kick some ass. I am a gender-fluid woman. I am a biological male. You can call me he, she, it. I don't give a shit, just as long as you call me back. My pronouns are she, they. I really don't give a shit, though, what you call me. I really don't. I'm trying to save the world one person at a time, honey, and I'm on a deadline. I got things to do. So let's get into it. Let's jump into this. So this morning after I gotten off the live with y'all and that dope ass wake up, I went on, I forgot his name, another creator's panel this morning, and they were discussing trans disclosure. And I guess on Black Twitter, they're talking about this beautiful trans lady. I guess she was a stripper, and she was in New York City, and she was telling cis-het men that she was a cis-het woman, that she was a cisgendered woman, right? So I guess she says she's going to expose these men. I want to highlight that word expose. Hi, babe. I want to highlight that word expose because it's very important to what I'm about to say. So she goes to Miami, I guess, and does this again, where she sleeps with cis-het men, telling them that she is cisgender. By the way, she has her, she's post-operation, she has her stuff, right? And I said that that's deceitful. It is deceitful. It's deceitful because she meant to deceive. If you're portraying something that you're not, that's deception. So we got in another conversation in that because that's wrong. It is what it is. I'm not changing my stance on that. If you're pretending to be something else, that's deceit, right? You don't want somebody to know. Anything that's out in the open, right, that's out of the closet, doesn't need to be revealed, right? That means you're trying to be deceitful. And she was, and she did. So we segued into another part of this conversation about trans disclosure. Now, y'all know very well, and I told y'all in the beginning, in case y'all like new followers, I told y'all in the beginning when I started my transition 5 years ago, trans murders were at an all-time high at the time. And I was prepared to die for this. It sounds real dumb. Like, oh my God, that's so dramatic. No, because trans women, trans people, you know what I mean? We're prepared to die this way. You know? I got on this thing here, on this phone as this person, I'm ready to die this way. I was prepared to die this way. So I'm very open about it. Every time that I was on Tinder, it was in my bio. I am a transgender woman. Period. Even in case you don't you didn't read the description, I'm a transgender woman. And I want you to know that because I'm not trying to get killed because, you know what I mean? You felt deceived or you felt tricked or something like that. No, I didn't want to do it that way. So, this is what I said, and this is what I believe. When a person says to you that they will not date a transgender person just because they are transgender, that's transphobic, period. That's like saying I don't date black people just because they're black. Well, why? Because they're black. I just don't like black people. That's transphobic. That's racist. You know what I mean? Now, genital preference is a fucking thing, okay? People are allowed to have genital fucking preference. And it is not transphobic for a cishet man to not want to date a transgender woman because she has a penis. That's not transphobic. And I'll give it to you like this. Say, for instance, you go to a restaurant, right? You go to Pizza Hut, right? You go to the Pizza Hut and you have your mouth set. You know exactly what pizza this, you got a meat lover's pizza. I didn't mean the pun. You get a meat lover's pizza. Boy, pan crust. You can smell it. You order it, right? You ordered specifically a meat lover's pan pizza. You go to open the box. It smells like pizza. The bottom of the box got oil like pizza, but when you open it, it's a hot dog. It's a hot dog. It's a hot dog. It's a hot dog. Genital preference is not transphobic. It's not. It never will be. Genital preference will never be transphobic, period. You not dating trans folks because they are transgender. Because they are transgender is transphobic, not because they have a wang. That is a valid argument. You are attractive as a woman. I find you attractive as a woman, but I'm not into pre-operational transgender women. In no way is that transphobic. It never will be transphobic. And this will be the hill that I die on. It will be the hill I die on. I don't care what anyone says about disclosing trans. Now listen to me. Listen to me. Now trans disclosure is a whole nother thing. Trans disclosure is a whole nother thing. Not telling someone you're transgender is a whole nother thing. I'm talking about genital preference. You not telling somebody that you have a phallus down there could get you killed. Because they're going to take it as deception, because it is. I would feel deceived. Listen, these are things that I need to know before we get in the bedroom. Now, I'm not saying off jump, you talk about what's going on, right? Because trans disclosure is your right. But if you're about to engage in intercourse, I do believe that the person has informed consent. Informed consent to know that I know that I'm a woman. But hey, this is what's going on. So you can make your valid decision, your own decision, and not feel pressured into doing those things. Now, I'm a transgender person speaking from experience. And I'm a critical fucking thinker. I'm a critical thinker. Two things can be true at the same time. Now, if you don't like what I said, you don't have to like what I said. I don't care. I'm still getting mine. I hope you're still getting yours. I'm finding my expression. Are you finding yours? I'm fine. I'm just letting you know what it is. And before anyone gets out here, cishet men get out here, because this is not a pro cishet men fucking platform, okay? It's not. Before we even go further with that, any cishet man that opens up their mouth and says that they did not know that they were with a transgender woman, you're lying. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you for real. A friend of mine described this analogy to me. Transgender women, right, are going from a stronger build, a larger frame down to a smaller house. It's like going from a 4-bedroom house to a 2-bed, 1-bath, right? A 2-bed, 1-bath, right? Now, transgender men, you're building up. You're going from that condo, you're building up. You know what I mean? That frame is still there. These hands, you can't get surgery on these hands. I'm all for trans disclosure at comfortability. But I am always for genital preference if we're about to engage in sex. There is no way that you should be surprised when you go down there. That's not fair. That's not fair to you, and it's not fair to them. Period. It's not fair. Not fair. And any trans person that says that I'm a pick-me or something, I'm just a real ass bitch. I am a trans woman saying that genital preference should be disclosed. Period. I don't care if you're transgender or not. Genital preference needs to be explained. That's informed consent. It would be the same way if you knowingly had, to me, if you knowingly had a disease or something and you didn't tell me, and all of a sudden I get it. Everyone has the right to choose. Everybody has the right to choose, and no one should feel unsafe or uncomfortable during sexual encounters. Period. They should be able to express themselves and be free in their sexual expression with their partner. And they should be able to be open and enjoy sex physically, mentally, and emotionally. And they deserve to have the full scope of what exactly is about to happen before the sexual encounter. And it is dangerous. It is dangerous to put the rhetoric out there that is transphobic to have genital preference. It's dangerous. It is. It's dangerous to make us disclose, and it's dangerous for genital preference. Two things can be true at the same time. And that's period. That's me. That's me. I'm pansexual. I don't give a shit what's in between your legs. That's none of my business. You can disclose it or not disclose it. I know how to use a wrench, and I know how to use a hammer. And having a wrench and going to a socket soon, I know what I'm doing. I know how to use tools correctly. Everybody has the right to feel safe in sexual encounters. Period. That's a part of reclaiming. I had a brainstorming session today. And we're getting this plan going. So if I'm beginning to take off on my traveling speaking thing, so if you know any connects, honey, shoot me an inbox, book me, honey. I'm cheaper than anything you've ever had in your life. Now, a part of that for me about genital disclosure is about reclaiming sex from trauma. Have you ever heard that before? Because sometimes we don't like sex. Some of us don't like sex or feel comfortable because it's surrounded by trauma. Huh? We want to enjoy sex, but we're so traumatized by the events that happen. And some of those traumatizing events came from a lack of disclosure, came from a lack of honesty, came from a lack of communication. You know what I mean? So that's reclaiming. You're reclaiming that. And disclosure and informed consent is reclaiming a part of your sexuality from trauma, taking that part back. You owe yourself that. I deserve informed consent. I deserve it. And by proxy, you should give it as well. As much as you deserve it, you should give it as well. You have to be transparent in sexual situations because you're going to meet people in these sexual situations in a different form. Because sex is a vulnerable part of people. And if they feel deceived or they can't be, they can't be, you know, huh? Right? Okay. Ooh, I got your motherfucking number. Hold on a minute. You know what else is real? My blocked is real. The fuck? So, for real, that's what I came on here to say. And that's what I came on here to give y'all. Because I'm just giving you what I got. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. I appreciate an opinion that someone will agree with me. I welcome it, please. I appreciate your addition to this conversation. And that's how I feel about that. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing this evening? It's Friday night here. I got my little music on. Took a nice shower today. Got some good old conditioner. Huh? I just had uh, a vegetarian little quesadilla. Huh? I'm about to smoke a little bit. I'm about to get to this reading for my international law class. I'm going to a show tomorrow, a comedy show. A friend of mine invited me to a comedy show, and there is a young person that is going with us. Their name is Quest Hunter, and Quest Hunter is she's trying to sift me like wheat. She sends me a text today asking me, she said, "Happy Friday, darling. I've been thinking about you. What kind of flowers do you like?" Huh? Huh? So when I read the text, and you have to understand this Quest Hunter. Quest Hunter has this aura about her. And she is so smooth. This short, curvy black woman, and she has this gap that just makes me wanna. And her hair she got this mean fade. Her braids is always tight. And she smells like you, when she leaves a room, you know damn! So she texted me today, "What's your favorite flower?" Now, typically I don't like flowers because I don't like picking flowers. I think they're there just to be there, just so we could admire. But my favorite flower are chrysanthemums. I love chrysanthemums. I think they're the most beautiful flower I've ever seen in my life, particularly white chrysanthemums. So then she's gonna say, "Well, you got some good taste." So then before I could even hit her back with the text, she's like, "Yeah, I've been thinking about you. I felt you calling. Like I felt you calling for me." She told me one time, like our first, we hung out like at my house. She said to me, she said, I feel in my spirit that you need some tenderness." So, and at the time I did, man, I need some tenderness. So she says, "Listen, can I come over on Saturday, bring some dinner, bring some weed, some wine. We get to know each other. We can just be tender. And I'm not, nothing sexual. We can just get to talk and get to know each other." So I was like, "Oh, okay." So I'm vegetarian, right? So she knocks on the door at 7 o'clock sharp. You hear me? She knocked on my door, 7 o'clock sharp. As I'm opening the door, DoorDash is pulling up with my favorite Ethiopian food. You hear me? So we sit down and we're just talking for 3 hours, just eating and talking over this delicious Ethiopian food. So then we move to the couch. And let me tell you something, smoking my shit, honey, my shit will have you've never been high till you smoke my shit. So she's like, "I forgot my weed." I was like, "Oh, babe, don't worry, I got some." So turn the music on, we're just talking, sitting on my couch and shit. So she's like, talking about religion and politics and science and chakras and comedy, because she's also a comedian, and so it was like 5-6 hours of just talking and just connecting and stuff like that. So she has to go because she has to work late. So she says, "Can I hug you?" And I was like, first of all, consent turns me on. She said, "Can I hug you?" And I said, "Please do." And even though I'm taller than her, her energy just is so much. Meeting someone like me, with the same confidence, is very. I will always back down to confidence like mine. I will always bow to confidence. In a relationship, I will always bow to confidence. Do you? I don't care if you're if you're non-binary, I don't care what your gender is. I will always bow down to your confidence. I mean, this will always be your show. I love supporting. I love being a supporting actress. I'm a supporting thespian. I mean, I will set the stage for you. I love supporting. So that energy, getting it back, was like, boom. I was like, oh shit. So she hugs me and like, she has these lips, like these, she has these lips and she just rubs her lips across my neck and I'm just like, oh my God. Like my knees buckle like, now see, I'm trying to be, you know what I mean? I was like, I'm trying to be a lady and keep my feet on the floor. We're about to get this. All right, so listen, so fast. So then she says like, here we have like a date, like a morning date. Now I go to the gym. I used to go to the gym early in the morning. I don't do that shit now. I go about 2, 3 o'clock. And she said, yeah, come meet me at this park. This park is like up the street from my house. I had no idea it was there. It was a lake. And we watched the sunrise over a nice sunrise walk over this lake, watching the geese. It was cute. So we fast forward to 2 weeks ago. Now she's performing at a show. And it's an erotic show, by the way. And it's a full, a cadre of black performers, queer black performers. And I mean, it's amazing. And the venue was so dope. There was a queer sex art exhibit on the first, in the basement. And I mean, some nasty shit. Queer, nasty shit. I loved it, right? The second floor, like the main floor, was a bar, and they had local musicians, and it was so dope. And the third floor, they had like performers, like dancers and things, and she was performing. So after that, she's like, I didn't know you were coming. It's like, oh, you know, and she's standing there with this bow knot, you know, the little cowboy little knot, and she has on this little cowboy hat and this leather vest. She looks so goddamn, huh? It's like she hugs me, and I just. So the next night, I'm not a go out kind of person, you know what I mean? For some reason, I'm out on a Saturday, right? High time. Here she is again. I performed at a show. We performed in the same set. We ended up bar hopping together. We're at this place called the Box Yard. And the Box Yard is like this little collective, right? And they have like restaurants, little vendors, and they have like DJs every now and then. And the DJ up in there was black. And that music was jumping, up. Honey, you had niggas up there dancing. You had the doughboys up in there dancing. You had the boricuas up in there dancing. Honey, they were up in there throwing asses in circles. It smelled like Hennessy, lager, and white diamonds. Somebody's grandma was in there. She comes up beside me. I'm at the bar. She's like, you want a drink? And I was like, yeah, sure. I don't know what, instinctively, she puts her hands on the small of my back, and I arch my motherfucking back. Now, I'm a top. I'm sitting here arching my back like, and then she kisses me, and she has these big old juicy, big old lips, babe. I mean, big old things. And she hits them right on my neck, sucks on my load. I'm just like, girl. And again, my knees are buckling and I am full mass. You never thought you'd hear that, did you? My boobs were ready to go and I'm a full mass. We call that intersectionality of genders. We call that the intersex of biology and gender. Full mass. So now we're here today, and I was invited by my friend, and my good friend Priscilla, like, you know, my mentor, my good sister, and she said she looks up to me, but I look up to her too. She wants us to fuck so bad, and she wants me to tell her about it. She really wants us to get together. Everyone wants us to do it. And she texted me, she said, I'm trying to figure out how we do it. And I said, let me tell you something. You can get the strap, We can do whatever you want to do. Whatever, 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 whatever. Listen, whatever you want to do. So tomorrow, we're going to this comedy show together, the three of us. So, I guess she's bringing flowers to see me tomorrow. And we're performing in the show next week. So, I'm hosting the show, and she's one of the performers. So, now listen, I'm saying this because last night I was in a frisky mood. I'm gonna just keep it a stat. I was frisky last night. I got home after crushing my set at this comedy club that I'd never been to before. In 3 minutes, I had a roaring. I was like, bet, great. And I had an IPA and 2 shots of whiskey. And I'm low-key a lightweight. But that whiskey gets me going, huh? It's like putting a race car on cinder blocks, honey. My engine is roaring to go, right? But it's on cinder blocks. So when I left there last night, I was like, you know, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna just have a doobie, turn on the Golden Girls, and go about my life. That's what I'm gonna do. And go about my life. That's not what I did. So then I drive myself to this bar near my house called The Hideout. And The Hideout is this hole-in-the-wall Mexican bar, okay? A shot of whiskey and a Dos Equis, a Modelo, costs about $6. Music is always cracking, you hear me? And it is a hole in the wall, but it is always jumping, okay? I love living in South Tucson. That bitch is, and they love seeing me in there. I feel so safe in that place. As a trans person, I feel so safe in these hole-in-the-wall places. I've never felt uncomfortable being in establishments like that, ever. I've never felt uncomfortable in straight places of color, ever. They're usually white spaces. So I get up in there, she's like, oh, mommy, what's up? And I was like, can I get a shot of whiskey? I'm trying to get fucked up, make it well, and then Modelo. She's like, oh, I got you. So I hit my shot, get my beer back, hit that, boom. That fourth shot activated something in my gut. Huh? Something tripped off in me, like, you know what, let's go get into some trouble tonight. So then I leave there and I go to this place called Bumstead's. And I am on the prowl, you hear me? And to be honest, I went there for a bartender. His name is John. I went there for a bartender, and he wasn't working. But the other bartender was that I also would like, so it was an even trade-off for me. I want her and him, and she was working. I didn't mind, so I sat there and I sang a little diddly. Sang a little Adele, a little bit of Christina Perry, yeah, a little bit of Bonnie Raitt. And I'm looking for trouble. And I wasn't finding it. Now, in the front of this, as I'm singing, there is a queer table, at least 80% queer, okay? And there's a trans girl sitting right there, and she is fine as fuck. She is so she is fine. And I told her she was fucking fine. I told her she was fine. And I should have gave her my goddamn number, but I didn't. Because I should have gave her my fucking number. But I'll see her again, and if you're in here, I'll be there on Lady Haha's at Tuesday, Perform every Tuesday. Or I'll see you at the Queer as Fuck Halloween party that I'll be hosting on Friday. You should come, if you're in here. All right, back to what I was saying. So I left there, right? And I was like, I gotta go home. I have to go home because I feel that I am so hot, you could plug me up and make Pop-Tarts. You could plug me into the wall and make Pop-Tarts. Honey, I am hot, okay? I get home and I was like, you know what? I'm just getting the shower and cool my jets. Now, I activate the jets by taking a hit of my marijuana. I get out that motherfucking shower and get to texting. Now you're probably wondering, how late is this, Zora? I told you I'm a lightweight. It's only 10:30, y'all. I'm drunk as shit, high as shit, ready on a Thursday night, sitting on the couch, texting like a toaster. One of my friends called me this morning and he said, "What was up?" I was like, it's like, you texted me last night. He's like, "What was up? What was wrong?" And I was like, I texted him back, like, I was just looking for some trouble. So then he calls me and he was like, "Oh yeah, babe, what trouble were you looking for?" And I said, "To fuck." I'm not gonna lie to you. Sex, hun. That's what. I wanted community guidelines. I wanted to community guidelines. And then the text that I fired off, they're answering at 6:30 a.m. Because of course, all the people I talked to are over 30. They were in bed by 8 p.m. Let me tell you something. If you see me pop up with a 23, 24-year-old, shut the fuck up. Shut up! Shut up. Because they're up after 9. If you see me with a 24, 23, 24-year-old, shut your mouth. Because they stay up past 9. That's the fuck why. Old asses. They took the Metamucil. Huh? Took their nighttime vitamins. Went to bed. Just mind your business. So then, I'm going to tell y'all where I went. And thank God I did not indulge in this app. Y'all know what app I went on. Nighttime vitamins. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you the app that I went on, but y'all knew what app I went on, right? Oh. So I just took care of it myself. I just community guidelines myself. And now I'm back to normal. Now I undownloaded the apps. Text my people like, never mind, it's gone. We'll try again the next full moon. We'll try again in the next few weeks. Because you caught me at a rare time, baby. You done caught me being frisky. You done caught her being frisky? And she wants to get frisky? Child, you better catch me when the iron's hot, because I will go to bed. I will community guidelines myself. Order me a Chipotle rice burrito. Shut up, just rice. A rice burrito from Chipotle and go to bed. I go to bed. I don't give a damn. But if you see me, like, oh, there's a scandal out here. She's up in here with these 23, 24-year-olds. Well, yeah, what time is it? Yeah, what time is it? I'm trying to beat some breaks off, but you went to bed at 7 p.m. Hell, how you get mad at me because I called your house at 8:30? Sis, you're only 34. Get up. Huh? Shit. Go straight to bed. But me? Okay, now listen. It's not just rice in the burrito. Listen. What I get from Chipotle, my favorite thing is I get the rice. I don't want no veggies. I don't want that. I'm here for the cilantro rice. I get the cheese. I get all the salsas. And throw in a little bit of guacamole. Roll that shit up. That's it. It costs me $11 every time to do it, and I don't care. And if I go in person, you better double wrap that shit because I want all the rice in that tin. I don't care. I'm probably the most childish eater you've ever seen in your life. I don't care. I'm just here to eat. I'm just here to eat. And I'm hosting Thanksgiving this year. Now, I'm a vegetarian, right? And I have to make a turkey because I fried a turkey last year for my friend's parents. And they want me to fry a turkey again. I am such a good friend. Damn it. I'm hosting. But when I used to Wingstop, let me tell you something. I used to get from Wingstop 30, okay, all flat, fried hard, lemon pepper, atomic hot, and the teriyaki. Now, usually I would just get lemon pepper and the atomic hot, because their ranch, I used to just drench my wings in ranch. You understand me? And I don't care what nobody say. If you come in here and tell me that blue cheese is better than ranch, I don't think so. Okay? And I'm gonna tell you, you know who shits on Wingstop wings? Pizza Hut used to. I don't know if they still do. When I was in the military, I used to do this thing, Wing Wednesday, every Wednesday. They're like 50-cent wings, hon. They're garlic parmesan. I'm a saucy type bitch. I like mine saucy, huh? I want mine sauce and I want my lemon pepper. I want them shits dry. I want my lemon pepper dry. I want them things, I want sawdust, huh? Blue cheese tastes like, oh my God. I've never had blue cheese and I'm not going to. I saw a video when I was in like elementary school about what blue cheese was. No. I almost gave up cheese when I found out what cheese was. But then there are just certain things that I'm just willing to eat. There are certain fungus. And let me tell you something else. My best friend said this to me. I talk to her probably 12 times a day. We're seeing each other for the first time in 5 years. She's coming here, but we FaceTime every day, multiple times a day. And I had gotten these vegan chicken wings from Sprouts. And I was afraid to eat them because I didn't know what the bone was. I didn't know what the vegan bone was. Vegan meat sometimes frightens me. And I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about the chemicals that it took to make the meat. I don't think about it. But these chicken wings just look so lucrative. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get them. So for weeks, they sat in my freezer. They sat in the freezer. My best friend says, why haven't you eaten them chicken wings yet? And I said, why haven't I used them? Because I don't know what the bone is. She said, girl, you suck dick. And you're worried about a vegan chicken bone? Me? 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 Wow. 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 Talk about my mind being blown. How dare you? How dare you? It was rude. She was so nasty and so rude. She was so nasty and so rude. So nasty and so rude. So nasty and so rude. I'm gonna tell you, that's right up there with my niece telling me this. Now, this was like last year, springtime, right? And I told you I was 300 pounds last year, and I was losing weight at the time. And my 13-year-old niece, Asia, is she's after my own heart. You know, she's really, my mom's like, that's your daughter. I'm pretty sure that's your daughter. She's just like me. She's really smart and talented and gifted. And I love all my babies, you know. But Asia gets me. She gets me together all the time. And it's my fault that she clears me like this. So I put on this shirt one day, right? A little floral shirt. And I look real cute. Have my little glasses on, right? And I call her a beast. I call her Beastie. And she calls me Rat Hole. And I called my mother, and she's in my mother's room. She said, Asia's here. And I said, hello, Beast. She said, hello, Rat Hole. And I said, you know what? You know what's weird? Is how you have a ponytail with no edges. You're just swooping in thoughts. You're just swooping up thoughts into a ponytail, an onytail. There's not enough for the whole P-O-N-Y. She said, you know what I think, Aunt Zora? She said, I think it's funny how you lost all that weight, but your neck is still fat and heavy. My mother is hollering. You understand me? My mother is screaming, hollering. You understand me? I mean, I think she almost peed herself. My mother is hollering. And she said, it's your fault because you made her like that. You did this. You made her that way. And it's that time when you have to remind yourself that she's just 13. Because you almost cleared her like a grown-ass woman. Oh my God. I had to catch myself. I was big. I think for 6 months, I took all my pictures like this. Until I was confident in my shit. Because I kept thinking, you lost all that weight, but your neck's still fat and heavy. My mom said she got your ass. She got your ass. Girl, she said you had to stop yourself, didn't you? Yes, I did. I almost cleared her like a grown-ass woman. I almost talked to her like she was about 16. Now, I told her something. I said, now, when you turn 16, I'm going to start clearing your ass. I'm going to get you together because the girls can't start wearing makeup. Because my oldest niece is 16. They can't start wearing makeup until they're 16. I said, as soon as that ass starts putting on makeup, I'm going to start clearing your ass. I'm going to start getting your ass together. You enjoy these 3 years of freedom because as soon as you turn 16 and that first stroke of mascara hits that bottom eyelash, I'm clearing that ass. Honey, I have things that you said to me when you were 8. And I am going to get you for them. And my mom says, I don't know why you're saying that because all you do is spoil them. Excuse me? And I didn't ask your ass shit. I ain't ask you shit. I ain't ask you a goddamn thing. I wasn't even talking to you, Mom. I was talking to her. Don't say that. I don't spoil them. I give them, I want to give them everything. I want to give them everything. Maybe I do. Mind your own business. That's what. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. And why shouldn't I? They're such good kids. My oldest niece, she does cheerleading during the winter months, and then she runs track. They're on the honor roll. They're doing little side jobs. My 13-year-old niece does hair. She braids hair and does nails. Got a little $200 here and there doing grown women's heads. And And why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I? I don't have kids on purpose because I've always wanted to spoil them. Those are my kids, man. I love my nieces and nephews, and each of them are different, and each of them will get your ass together. Over there, Aunt Zora. Those are my babies. I'm talking to my nephew now about this car situation because I really want to get him a car. He just turned 21. And when I get to that place and I'm on y'all's TV screens, when I get there, I'm taking a lot of fucking people out of the hood. And then putting a lot more money into the hood. Then I'll bring them back. Let me build up my hood first, then I'll bring them back. But everybody's going. I'm taking everybody with me. I'm taking my 3rd grade teacher. If you're in here, Mrs. Dallas, she's probably dead. You were like in your 80s at the time, but I'm coming to get you, huh? I'm coming to get you, English teacher. I'm making friends quit. I'm trying to get them jobs. I'm trying to get them in places because Issa Rae said this in one of her interviews, and I believe this. She said, I don't network up, I network across, because then we're all going up together. And I believe that because if I'm bringing people to the table, right, that brings more people. That brings more people of color. That brings more trans people. That brings more people who have physical and mental anomalies and disabilities. That brings people to the table that have the same gifting, the same talent, and they're now getting the same money. I'm networking across. Everybody's eating here. I want everybody to fucking eat. Everybody's eating here. And if I'm eating good, you best believe you're eating better. Because all I eat are rice burritos from Chipotle. Before I get off of here, let me tell y'all something. This morning, someone got me breakfast from Taco Bell, okay? Taco Bell, you're on to something. You're on to something. You're on to something. The Breakfast Crunch Wrap Supreme. You're on to something. I have never had a fast food breakfast experience like Taco Bell's Breakfast Crunch Wrap Supreme. I don't give a shit if they are imitation eggs. I don't give a shit. They hit this morning. They hit this morning after a whiskey, IPA, drunken text community guidelines breaking, seeking night, I tell you. I'm telling you, and I don't even eat meat, right? They have sausage ones, and they have bacon ones, and I'm not gonna bullshit. They look banging. And the reviews on them Breakfast Crunch Wrap Supremes, Taco Bell, you're on to something. And those little cinnamon bun donut holes, y'all are on to something. Huh? I got 12. Well, honey, I use salsa. Honey, just take salsa to it. Just take a little salsa, a little hot sauce to it will change your life. Honey. And let me tell you what I get from Taco Bell. It's so stupid, but I don't care. It's literally just a taco. There's no meat, rice, tomatoes, chipotle sauce, tortilla strips, shredded cheese, a little guacamole. Wrap that shit up. Now, 4 of those only cost what? $8. Taco Bell, thank you for your value menu because you help broke bitches like me. Broke bitches that can't afford Beyonce's Renaissance tour tickets when they come out. This is a full circle moment. And I'm going to tell you something else. Taco Bell's fire sauce, not Diablo, because Diablo has no flavor. It's just heat, you know? The fire sauce that Taco Bell has, don't y'all change it. I'll punch y'all in the face. Don't ever change it. Don't ever change it. Taco Bell, I understand now why the stoner loves you. I get it now. Being a stoner on my own, I understand now. I understand now. I get it. Because $5 goes a long fucking way. And let me tell you something else. Taco Bell, y'all have kept y'all's prices the same. Oh, Jesus. Y'all kept the prices the same. Now, Arizona iced tea is now $1.49. Now, remember when the Arizona iced tea people said that if it's over 99 cents, then to call corporate and they were going to pull their product because they never wanted to price it over 99 cents? Well, it's $1.49 now. You ain't add more shit to the can. You haven't added any volume to the can. You didn't add 59 cents of more tea to the can. You didn't add 59 cents more flavor to the fucking can. You didn't change the branding of the can. I'm sorry. Arizona iced tea has me real tight. Then I had to go. Listen. Because there were no vegetarian options last night, I ended up getting 3 bags of Funyuns and French onion dip. Breath stinking this morning. And let me tell you something. 3 bags of Funyuns. The one little bag of Funyuns, baby, is $2.29. $2.29. They didn't add no more fucking Funyuns in the bag. Them Funyuns ain't get more fun. Them Funyuns didn't get any funner by you adding that price on there. I knew that they were bullshitting me when the bags of Cheetos began to shrink. Why would you do that? Corporations should be ashamed of themselves. How dare you? How dare you deprive us? You charged us an extra 60 cents, and then you took 60 cents out of the bag. Remember when those bags used to be a quarter? You could take $1, go up to the corner store, get 2 bags of hot Cheetos, 5 pieces of gum, a Huggy, and a cinnamon bun for $2-3. Now I feel like I'm old. Now I feel like I'm old. I feel like I'm dating myself now. The difference now. Man, if you gave me $5, I'm set for a week. My friends and I have snacks all fucking week. $5. 10? $10? $10. Hot Cheetos was my problem, baby. I used to love me a good hot Cheeto. And they used to say that all the girls that ate hot Cheetos probably got babies now. Well, I'll tell you something else. All the gay boys that ate hot Cheetos in high school are probably this now. Welcome. I want to do a package. You're for like people who are going home with their their homophobic parents, and their parents think that, oh my God, that their gay son or their gay daughter is the worst thing that they could ever have in their life, right? When your parents go to to the hanging, they're talking about, oh, is your son still afflicted? Huh? Is your son still of that persuasion? Huh? Right? They ask those kinds of questions. If they could hire me to come with them to the family gathering, it can't get any worse than my lesbian daughter. Then it's like, hi, nice to meet you. What's your name? I'm worse. I'm worse. You think gay's bad. You think that Valerie and her roommate are the worst things ever? Honey, you try bringing this to the family reunion. Explain this. Explain this to your parents. Hire me for that. Trust me, I'll do a discount. If you hire me for the Christmas New Year special, I'll give them a heart attack. I'll tell them my political beliefs. Try that on for size. I'll wear a black Jesus necklace and show up to the function. It's a special. First of all, what do you mean you still look good? Honey, you look good. Honey, you look good. Still look good. No, honey, you look good. You look good. You look good. You look good. You always look good. Tell yourself that. I'm getting off of here. But I love you. I love y'all. And love yourself. Love other people. Take care of the planet. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Be patient with yourself. And every time there's more than one person up there, I am so grateful. I'm honored to be in your space. Thank you for inviting me to your space. And thank you for being here. I love you. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.